Hi, I'm Ellen Allen from the Norwell Board of Selectmen, and I'm here today to tell you a little about a couple of the articles that are coming up at the annual town meeting. Because of the pandemic, the town meeting has been moved to Saturday, July 25th at 10 a.m., and it will be on the fields behind the Norwell Middle School. There is going to be more information coming on Norwell Spotlight TV and on the town website, townofnorwell.net, to tell you all about the changes this year. But again, back to what I'm going to talk about right now, which is Articles 30 and 31 about our Community Preservation Act, CPA, as it's called, surcharge. Back in 2002, we adopted the CPA and started taxing ourselves a 3% surcharge on our property taxes, and part of the motivation was to get state match money. Since the inception, we have received over $6.4 million from the state. Albeit their matching percentage has gone down. We were one of the early adopters. In the first several years, we got 100% match for our contribution from the surcharge. That got as low as 20% a couple of years ago when Boston adopted it. But now the legislature has signed into law and they have begun increasing the dedicated fee at the Registry of Deeds that funds this program. And they increased it by 150%. So the match should go back up. I would note that the state surcharge match is highest if you're a 3% community. It is lower if you do less than 3%. So CPA funds can be used for a limited number of things, and we have spent money on many projects over the last 18 years. And I'll just give a quick example in each category. Open space. We have bought open space all over town to preserve the rural character of our community. And the most notable was when we spent over $3 million a few years ago to buy the beautiful open fields and surrounding treed lots at the intersection of Main Street and Lincoln Street. In fact, at this same town meeting, we'll be talking about what to dedicate different parts of that land to within these permitted uses under the CPA. We've also funded several recreation projects. One that everyone's been enjoying a great deal during this time of distancing has been the pathway that goes from the high school, past the middle school, to the Gaffield Park and is being extended to Town Center. Another is the Clipper Community Complex up at the high school. All of it except the actual turf was funded through the CPA. We can spend things on historic preservation, and funds have been used in particular at the Jacobs Farmhouse, an iconic historic property here in town, as well as at the James Library. And it's also to be used for community housing, affordable housing, and the prime example of that was the conversion of our old police station at 40 River Street to what is now a wonderful senior apartment building. So we have two articles being put forward this year. Article 30 is a citizen's petition. That means it's not being put forward by any committee, town, or department. It's being put forward by a group of citizens, and it's suggesting that, advocating for us to eliminate this 3% surcharge completely. So we would lose this source of funds, and including, of course, the state match. And they will make their own presentation at town meeting about why they think you should vote in favor of that. When that was brought before the Board of Selectmen, we talked about perhaps people would want something besides the choice to keep 100% of it, i.e. the 3% surcharge, and doing away with it completely. So we have offered up an alternative, which is to reduce it by half, to reduce it from 3% to 1.5%. And of note, we are not recommending this, we are simply offering it. We are not taking a position on either of these articles. We're just hoping that we can make it clear what happens. In terms of the process, the way the state law on this works is, like everything, the legislative branch of the town meeting, would need to vote to make one or both of these changes. If the town votes to eliminate it at town meeting or to reduce it, then it will automatically be placed on an upcoming ballot. And if the town election ratifies it, then it would go into effect. It would not go into effect until tax bills that begin next July in 2021, so a year from now. And the amount of that would be approximately $300, actually less than $300 a year if we completely reduce it, eliminate it. Now that's what it would be on the average tax bill of around, call it $11,000 a year in property tax. So it would reduce that by something less than $300, and you would feel that in quarterly installments. A couple of considerations. Our state aid is going down significantly this year, and our town revenues are going down. Those are the result of the economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so we're going to have a lot less state funding helping us pay for things here. Even in the best of times, the things we have funded with our CPC funds, our CPA surcharge funds, have been the types of things that are really nice to do, but are really hard to pay for out of our regular tax dollars. So I hope you'll consider those things, and most importantly, I hope you'll come to town meeting and participate in this discussion and vote what you think we should do, if anything, to change this surcharge. And also, there is another video available on Norwell Spotlight TV that was done by the Community Preservation Committee that just shows you some of the projects that have been done. And it's a beautiful video with some nice music. So I hope you'll take that opportunity to learn more as well. Thank you.